Hi beautiful phoenixes of the world, welcome to this channel, a space for amazing dreamers to turn dust to gold. So the message today, or one of the tools that we're going to use today, is to embrace yourself. Embracing yourself, that is important, right, in order to achieve our dreams. So embracing yourself, that is easier said than done, I agree, but really it's okay. You don't have to put so much pressure on you. It's okay. It is a process. It is a learning process, and it might take time. It might take some work. But you know what? As long as we make 5% shift in life, that is already a huge win, and it's worth celebrating. Okay? So one quote that I really like, this is one of my favorite quotes, is from Dr. Seuss. But bear with me. I can never say this on my own. I always have to read it. So I'm going to read it. Today you are you that is truer than true. There is no one alive that is youer than you. In other words, be unique. That is fine. Be totally unique and be unapologetic about it. Actually embrace you. Celebrate you. So it is ever so important nowadays to learn to embrace yourself and embrace yourself even more, because we receive so many messages, so many distractions from all directions, and everybody's been telling you things since you were born, your family, the school systems, the government, and now we have commercials everywhere we go telling you who you need to be and what you need to get. And you also have the social media where you go and you might compare yourself with others, and sometimes you might feel inadequate, and sometimes you might even think that you're trying to reach a certain level of perfection. So the point today is to be completely comfortable and unapologetic with your imperfections, your flaws. Chances are, as long as you are a human being, you are imperfect. Nobody is perfect. You know what? As long as we came here to incarnate this life, in this lifetime, there was a reason. It was not because you were perfect. And that's totally fine. You are here to learn. You are here to grow. And you are also here, more importantly, to love. That is the final goal. To love who you are, the divine being that you came here to be. You came here with a light, okay? So don't dim your light. That's the main point. Sometimes we might pretend to be somebody else. We might pretend to be more than who we are or less than who we are, just so to fit in, to conform. So nowadays we compare ourselves to others, so we might want to be like somebody else. But you know what? Even though you try to imitate your handwriting, you try to imitate somebody else's handwriting, your handwriting, even though you're imitating, there is always something somewhere that is unique to you. Just like your fingerprints. No single person ever alive has the same fingerprints in the entire universe. Just think about that. So that already means that you, as you, are unique, and no one else has ever been you out there. That makes me think of another quote. I don't remember by who, but be yourself. I think it's Oscar Wilde. Be yourself. Everybody else is already taken. Right? So be you. You are here to pave your path. You are here to build your path. And you are here with your purpose. And just stay focused on your path. All right? I'm going to give you an example of not wanting to be different and conform. That was me. And this is a personal experience. So there are many examples, and we all have our own stories. But me personally, there is this one thing. I used to be very, very flexible as a child, and I didn't know anybody else in my life till now who was that flexible. And I was so flexible that I could literally sit on my head, as a contortionist. I could see that, on TV, in circuses, but not everybody around me that I knew. And people tended to point that out a lot, like, oh, she is, I wouldn't say weird, but she is different. And I felt uncomfortable with that. And what I did was I tried to kill that flexibility so that people would stop, putting the spotlight on me like there is something different about her. So what I did was I just stopped practicing. I just stopped using it. And when I worked out, I didn't, usually when you work out during the cool down, you would stretch. I wouldn't stretch. I just leave it there so that my muscles would become stiff. I know it was stupid, but I was young, right? And we are imperfect. Remember that. This is no time to judge ourselves. So this is what I did, and eventually I lost the flexibility. Not 100%, but still I lost it, and I felt a little more satisfied because I was more normal and people would stop pointing out my flexibility. That is too bad, right? And think of how it would have transpired in your life. Did you have similar experiences? And I mean, when we say difference, and sometimes I say imperfections, really perfection according to expectations, right? But I mean, whatever it is, whatever it means to you, it might even be because you stuttered, or maybe because as a child you were considered a chatterbox, or you were hyperactive, whatever it was, or a daydreamer. I used to be a daydreamer too, or a daydreamer. And you would kill that trait to become more acceptable, to be more accepted and more approved by your peers, your parents, the school systems, everybody around. Sometimes it might just be you. Sometimes people are not even doing anything to you. And so the message today is to embrace you, to embrace your imperfections and also your gifts. And like I said, it doesn't have to be imperfections. Sometimes it could be your light. And because your light could be so bright that you would try to dim your light so that others might be more secure around you. For example, there's another quote about that by Marianne Williamson. You know that? I'll go over that another time, but I love that quote as well. I really love it. You know what? There are successful people who had some particular traits, and they have been rejected because of those traits, but they never gave up. And that's exactly why I say embrace your you and celebrate your traits, celebrate your imperfections, because we are perfectly imperfect, and that is fine. So I'm going to give you an example, okay? Albert Einstein, he didn't speak until age 4, and he couldn't read until age 7. And when he was in school, he was criticized for asking abstract questions, and he was misunderstood by his peers and his teachers. But guess what? Years later, he was the physicist who came up with the formula of relativity, and he changed the landscape of physics and the way we understand the universe since then. And even most of us, till this day, don't understand his findings. But he's a genius, right? And like I said, he had imperfections. His imperfections were he didn't speak till age 4, he didn't read till age 7, and he was too abstract. That's what they said. Another example is Princess Diana's charm. When she spoke, she kind of bowed her head, and she would look upward when she talked. Some people were annoyed by it. I don't know about you, I'm not annoyed. I find it quite endearing, but there are some people who find it annoying. But guess what? She embraced that trait of hers. She was fine with it. No matter the criticisms outside. She was fine with it, and it made her special. It made her unique. Yeah. Another example I'm going to give is Sylvester Stallone, or Rocky, right? You know him by Rocky. He had a hard time getting that movie out, getting started in that movie. When he went to auditions, people would say that he will never make it because he sounded too stupid or whatever. He talked slow, so on and so forth. But guess what? Later on, he is Rocky because he persevered no matter the critics, no matter what has been told to him. It didn't bring him down. It didn't discourage him whatsoever. And for some people, that might be a flaw, but he used that as his asset. So own yourself, accept yourself, be you absolutely with no apology. So I really like that saying too. Be unapologetically you. Be unapologetically you, okay? Including your flaws. Embrace you, hug yourself. Spend some time with yourself and be familiar with yourself. Spend some time with yourself and love yourself. Maybe write a letter to yourself, whatever it is, but make you your priority. Love yourself first. Because if you don't love yourself first, how can you love others? You are the very first one you love because you are the divine self, the divine expression that you came here to be. Be unapologetically you. I would even say double down. Double down on who you are. Be you. Because you know what? The world needs it. The world needs your light. If not in your direct surroundings, somebody else somewhere needs your light. So don't dim it. Just keep shining bright. Stay loyal to yourself. Integrity is key. What are your actual values? What do you actually believe in? What are some talents that are hidden somewhere that you might not even be aware of yet? Again, the world needs that. So, again, be unapologetic. That would be too bad if you're killing it, because that's a waste of talent, a waste of light. And since you probably have never spent enough time getting to know you, you probably have never felt you, feel you. You see what I mean? Feel you. Spend some time to feel you. Maybe hug yourself like this and get to know you. Talk to yourself. Introduce yourself to you. All right, so this message today inspires me to come up with some journal prompts that will help you with that as well. I will provide you with that in the near future. I've got many plans for this channel, by the way. I'm just starting out the whole thing, but just keep tuning in for more. I've got a lot to offer here, and please like and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell notification because you will be notified when I will upload. Yeah, I want to know your stories. So in the comment section, share with us. Did you have similar experiences, or do you have your own ideas or your own opinions on that? I would also like to know. Don't forget that we are perfectly imperfect, and that is okay. You are the divine self that you came here to be. You didn't come here for perfection. You came here to learn, to grow, and to share. All right? Keep tuning in for more. I've got more plans for this channel. Until then, peace out.